Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, statements coming at ya, statements coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you at practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey now! What's that smell? Just like cornbread done too well. What you need, you know I got. So hands up, who wants to rock?
Good evening, Metal Faithful. It is I, Mr. Mark Rattledge, your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified. And this is the Metal Hammer of Doom. Tonight we are reviewing L7, Scared of the Rats. The Rats! It was released on May 3rd through Blackheart 2019 through Blackheart Records. It's the first album in almost 20 years from L7, following the 2014 reunion, and it's received mostly positive reviews. L7 mostly known for the Pretend We're Dead single, also Shitlist and Wargasm from like the 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there. Why are we doing L7 on the Metal Hammer of Doom? There wasn't much else I wanted to talk about as far as what has been released up to this point. And every now and then I like to go a little punk, a little off the beaten path maybe. Speaking of off the beaten path, my co-host tonight, he puts the extra R in Riot Girl. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jesse Starcher. How do you do, sir?
So what is a Riot Girl? I saw that in a couple of the reviews that I was reading, and I was like, is this a punk thing, I assume?
What's a Riot Girl?
Yeah, tell me.
What's a Riot Girl?
Tell me.
Are you asking me what a Riot Girl is?
I think I did. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesse
Tell me what a Riot
Starcher.
Girl is.
According to Wikipedia,
Oh, I love it.
a Riot Girl is an underground feminist punk movement
Okay.
that began in the early 90s in Washington State, particularly around Olympia and the greater Pacific Northwest. It also has its origins in Washington, D.C., along with the Fugazi. Remember Fugazi? You have
Say
any
what?
idea what I'm talking about?
No clue.
You've never listened to any Fugazi? Do you know what a Fugazi is?
Fugazi. Never heard of it.
Oh my God! If you were truly a cool person in the late '80s, early '90s, you listened to Fugazi.
Okay.
Only the cool kids. Now, these particular cool kids, their poop never stunk, and their children would eventually grow up to be millennial hipsters. But back when they were the youngsters, flipping the middle finger off at the man, the soundtrack of which was Fugazi.
Okay.
Just so you know that.
Got it.
Only the coolest of the cool kids, by the way. It is a subcultural movement that combines feminist consciousness and punk style and politics. It is often associated with the third wave of feminism, which is sometimes seen as having grown out of the Riot Girl movement. It has also been described as a musical genre that came out of indie rock, with the punk scene serving as an inspiration for a musical movement in which women could express themselves in the same way men had been doing for the past several years. Riot girl bands often address issues such as rape, domestic abuse, sexuality, racism, patriarchy, classism, anarchism, female empowerment, and the Jessica Jones series.
They just added that on there in the wiki recently.
Primary bands associated with the movement include Bikini Kill. You ever listen to them?
Nope.
Oh, you should hear Bikini Carnival by Bikini Kill. I want to go. I want to go to the carnival. Bikini Kill.
I have a strange feeling that you've mentioned that before. So
I probably have. It's like one song by them I remember. Bratmobile.
Nope.
Heaven's the Betsy.
No, Heaven's the Murgatroyd.
Excuse 17. Huggy Bear. Skin Teeth. Emily's Sassy Lime. Okay, I had not heard of any of these past Bratmobile, by the way.
Okay.
And Sleater Kinney, as well as queercore groups. Jesse, when did we do more queercore on this podcast?
Why don't we?
You're going to start up another music podcast with somebody else, just like you did comics, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to call it the more metal Hammer of Doom.
even metaler.
Even metaler Hammer of Doom.
Queercore groups like Team Dresch and The Third Sex.
Nope. Never heard of them. Have I ever told you, I know I have, that punk is quite the blind spot in the old repertoire?
Yeah. I get it.
I'm blissfully ignorant, I guess you'd say, of some of the stuff that's happened in the punk scene. I know it is an absolute core. You know, it is a core piece of knowledge that you need to know in order to understand some metal. But man, oh man, it is just something that
I've tried to educate you, but I feel like you resist my education.
I didn't resist nothing. I listened to that playlist. We had a good time on that podcast, if you remember right. We got to pick through the punk podcast, and I enjoyed some of the stuff I listened to. It's just that it's not
until I got to the wrong Shelter song.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Good old Krishna hardcore.
Yeah, buddy.
During the 70s and early mid-80s, there were a number of groundbreaking female punk and rock musicians who later influenced the Riot Girl ethos. They included Susie Sue and the Banshees. Ever heard of them?
Okay. Nope.
Oh, peekaboo. Oh, peekaboo. Susie Sue.
Nope.
Polystyrene.
Nope.
The Slits.
Hold on a second. Can we tell a kid story real quick?
About the Slits? This
close.
I gotta hear.
This is close. It's very close.
By the way, am I wrong? Isn't Gavin having a kid?
You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did I not make sense when I said I want to hear Gavin Jr. stories in the chat? The
You
audience,
made sense
don't
to
pay
me.
attention to this. This is private stuff. But I get all this crap about how I raise my kids from this group of degenerate losers with no children, and then and I was like, you know what? I can't wait till Robert Winfrey finally has children. I can hear what a wonderful parent he is and how he makes no mistakes. That should make you laugh.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, of this group of losers who have hung on to wrestling for far too long into their midlife crisis, one of them is having a child. And so after all this criticism that I've received, I want to know how he does. I want to see, I want to hear the stories of how he turned his 3-year-old on to There Will Be Blood and how far the 3-year-old got into it.
Oh yes.
Like he claims like his father raised him. And then when I said that, his reaction was, "Huh? He's having a child, isn't he?"
No, he's starting a whole new conversation with that. What he said was, "Huh," and then he immediately went to Conrad and JR just pointed out Vince's fondness for alliterative names.
Okay.
Whole new conversation.
The "huh" was related to JR
That,
being like Stan Lee and loving alliterative names.
Yeah, he was like,
okay.
"Huh." Yeah. No,
Got
not that. No.
Okay. All right,
Completely
everyone
separate.
can come back now.
All right, welcome back to the Metal Hammer of Doom.
The Raincoats. Patti Smith. You ever hear
Whoa,
Patti Smith?
wait. You jumped off. I didn't get a chance to tell my child story.
Oh,
here.
please tell us about the Slits.
Okay, here we go. So, My daughter, she's starting to. She's getting to that age where she's, oh my goodness, this boy's cute. Oh my goodness, this boy's cute. And what we have found out recently is that she's a big fan of the K-pop, so she kind of gravitates toward the Asian population when it comes to, the kind of guys that she likes.
Oh, I don't like where this is headed at all, seeing as what prompted this was the Slits. I feel like this is going to be mildly racist.
Well, the thing is that this is embraced by whatever this person is. Let me back up here. So she proceeds to tell me about this guy that she likes. I think he's either
a Chinese Chinaman, I'm guessing.
Famous YouTuber of some sorts, I believe.
Oh, wait, we're not talking about the boy then.
This is the boy. No, this is the boy she likes. He's some kind of. This isn't an actual boy that she likes that she has a chance at. No, this is some guy that she thinks is cute on YouTube.
Okay, this is like my daughter having a crush on John Cena. Got it.
Yes, there you go. So she says she follows this dude, and she follows him on Instagram, and he is part of the Squint Squad.
Squint Squad? Well, is it mildly racist when you're making fun of yourself?
Well, see, it can't be, right? I'm like, I had to clarify with her. I said, "Are you telling me that this man, this young man who is an Asian, hashtag Squint Squatted himself? He is a member of the Squint Squad?" She's like, "Yeah, he's a member of the Squint Squad." I was like, "All right." So anyway, yeah, you said the Slits, so I immediately went Squint Squad.
So is the Squint Squad like a millennial 2019 niggas with attitudes?
It very well could be. You know what we have here? We do have an internet. Let's just take a look, see what the Squint Squad.
This album is a half an hour long. We're not going to get to it for an hour. That's the rate we're going.
Squint Squad at Squint Squad on Twitter. 68 best Squint Squad images in 2019.
Is it them crashing cars because they can't drive?
So anyway, there's even shirts, dude. There's shirts for the Squint Squad.
Is there any of them eating cats or dogs? I don't know. What's the racist thing about Asians?
You've hit pretty much every one so far.
Woo! I got racist Asian bingo.
The thing is that the Squint Squad, just from what I'm looking at here, there must be two different things. Has to be, because that looks nothing. Apparently, it's related to Bones. There's no way. I'm too out of touch here, Mark Bradley, to even attempt.
I don't think two 40-something old cisgendered white men should be talking about the Squint Squad.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they just made it illegal in Congress. Anyway, speaking of niggas, ever hear Patti Smith rock and roll nigga?
You've told me about that plenty of times.
Yes, because I've talked to you about the Marilyn Manson cover of said rock and roll nigger song by Patti Smith.
That's correct.
Well, apparently she was an influence on the Riot Girl scene.
Oh, well, hey, tying it all back.
Chrissie Hynde of The Pretenders.
Okay. I know The Pretenders. I've heard of them.
Oh, yay. The Runaways, also Joan Jett.
Okay.
The B-52s. How much B-52s do you know?
Probably all the hits.
Rock Lobster?
Yeah, Rock Lobster. I know Rock Lobster.
Love Shack?
Ooh. Yes, sir. The tin roof is busted.
Bang, bang, bang on the drum, baby. Lilliput.
Jack.
Lydia Lunch. Exene Cervenka. Kim Gordon. I know that name. Kim Gordon. Oh, yeah. She was the singer in Sonic Youth, who sucked, by the way.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry, not a fan of the Sonic Youth. What soundtrack were they on that we covered this year?
Sonic Youth? Oh,
yeah.
I know that it's got to be Judgment Night, sir.
Goddamn right. Do you remember the song?
It is with... Hold on a second. Is that one of the ones with Cypress?
Maybe.
Shit, I can't remember.
Might have been. I know one of them was like Pearl Jam, and I feel like the other one was the Sonic Youth.
Yeah, and that would have been, I could tell you in just a hot, quick second. There's the two Cypress songs. One I don't like. Well, it ain't bad. And then the other one, the Pearl Jam one, is probably one of my favorites. But anyway, go ahead, keep talking. I'll get an answer.
Oot, Neo Boys, Bush Tetras, Y Pants, as opposed to Blue Pants, ESG, Chalk Circle, Fifth Column, Frightwig, X-Ray Specs, Scroll, and the Anti-Scrunty faction.
Anti-Scrunty.
Yeah.
Anti-Scrunty faction.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and no.
Okay, well, that's the history of Riot Girl in a nutshell.
Well, I like it. So here we go. Let's get our answer. Sonic Youth was, yep, I love you, Mary J.
Sugar come by, get me high.
Sonic
You want to hear some? You want to hear some before we actually get to the L7 Scatter the Rats album?
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear some criticisms about Riot Girls? You want to know what's wrong with this group of people?
Tell me what's wrong with this group of people.
The movement has received criticism for not being inclusive enough. They're not
Really?
inclusive enough, Jesse.
Ooh.
God damn.
Okay. Well, certainly no. You know, my assumption is no man's going to go like, "Hey, I'm a Riot Girl," but it is 2019. It is 2019, so I can't make that assumption. However, it sounds like there's a lot of gatekeeping going on there.
Yeah.
Against other ladies. That's not, hey.
Riot Girls are often accused of being separatists. They want to form a life away from men and invent girl culture like Jupiter Ascending.
Oh boy.
One major argument is that the movement focuses on middle-class white women alienating other kinds of women. Okay, so Riot Girls hate blacks. We got it. The criticism emerged early in the movement. In 1993, Ramdasha Bakim wrote in her zine Gunk, Riot Girls call for change, but I question who it's including. I see Riot Girl growing very close to a very few, i.e. white middle-class punk girls. This is why the left can't win. When the right wants to torch everything and take control, they all band together. When the left wants to, they all fraction off.
Oh, wow. Politics and punk rock. Oh, my goodness. Hand in hand.
Hand in hand, baby. Musician Courtney Love, who murdered Kurt Cobain, has criticized the movement.
They updated that wiki, too.
I may have been inserting my own stuff here. Maybe. Musician Courtney Love, who murdered Kurt Cobain, has criticized the movement for being too doctrinaire and censorious.
Really?
Censorious. She says, look, man, I killed my husband, but you've got these highly intelligent, imperious girls. Who told them it was their undeniable American right not to be offended? Being offended is part of being in the real world. You know, I've never, aside from the fact that she's a murdering whore, I've never agreed with Courtney Love more.
Oh, wow.
Being offended is part of being in the real world, Jesse.
That is right.
Like when I tell you that I'm going to open up my jacket so you can come inside me, I'm trying to offend somebody because that is my right and it is their right to be offended.
Successful. Successful.
She said, I'm offended every time I see George Bush on TV.
Oh, well, that's
And then she murdered her husband.
Well, thanks, George Bush.
Well, it's the last thing I'm going to read here because this is now. We got to update the conversation. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
So in January of 2019, Bikini Kill of Carnival fame, not Carnival, the HBO series, but the song Carnival that I just sang earlier.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go. I want to go to the carnival. Announced that their reunion tour for the first time in 22 years since their last show in Tokyo in 97. The Guardian states in an article on Bikini Kill's reunion that the once underground Riot Girl movement has gone mainstream because of the celebrity speaking out about the topic and the increased attention to the other feminist movements such as the Me Too movement. In the article, Bikini Kill's original drummer, Toby Vale, says that she is frustrated that women are still fighting for what Riot Girls wanted in the 90s.
What does Ace reporter and perhaps her sister, Vicky Vale, have to say?
That's a Batman joke, everybody.
Oh, wow.
So you can look up other topics concerning the Riot Girl movement and feminism, Foxcore, Guerrilla Girls, identity politics, Kinder Whore.
Wow.
I don't know what a kinder whore is. Punk subculture and queercore.
Okay.
Can we, instead of reviewing this album, just keep clicking on wiki links?
Do it. I once, in my head, posited a podcast called Rabbit Hole. You just started out with one thing, and you had to fill an hour with nothing but going to the next thing that it just happens to lead you to.
That sounds like something someone might pay for on Patreon.
Oh, my goodness.
Coming soon to the Rattlegion Broadcasting Network.
It's a brilliant.
Yes, kinder whore was a clothing style used by a handful of mostly female grunge bands in the U.S. during the early to mid-'90s.
Clothing style?
Oh, I think I know what they're talking about here. The kinder whore look consisted of torn, ripped, tight or low-cut baby... Oh, okay. Do you remember Courtney Love?
She killed her husband, right?
Yeah, she killed her husband. But before she killed her husband, she had a
I feed
particular...
into it, people. I feed into it.
Before Courtney Love was a murdering, heroin-infused whorebag, she had a particular aesthetic, a particular look. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember, like, the doll parts video and shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Before she went all, like, Hollywood glam and tried to get into movies and shit, like The People vs. Larry Flint, and she sang about Malibu. Remember that?
I know what you're talking about.
It was before that. So, yeah, she used to wear those baby doll dresses. Apparently that's kinder whore. I didn't realize that was its name.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Tighter low-cut baby doll and Peter Pan collared dresses, slips and knee socks, heavy makeup with dark eyeliner, barrettes and leather boots, or Mary Jane shoes. It was described as a strong feminist statement.
Okay.
I'm not sure how dress like a pedophile's wet dream jumps to feminist, but okay. Who am I to judge? I'm just a cisgendered male heterosexual bag of fucks. And I'm fat. Fat bearded guy.
And I'm fat.
And according to my father-in-law, who is also a fat bearded man, I may also be a man-child?
Really?
Yeah, so...
What, are we not growing up here?
Who am I? Yeah, comic books and movies.
No, look at him. What's he do? Sit in his chair and watch fucking 6 o'clock news, I guarantee it. Gotta watch the news.
Not even that. Too busy making money.
Man.
Dollar bill, y'all. Up in this piece.
Dollar bill, y'all. Real estate.
All right, before they shut down this podcast.
Big business.
Big
Black
business.
gold, Texas tea.
IBM, I've been moved. All right. That's what IBM stands for. I've been moved. Just as anyone that's worked for the company. That hasn't been replaced by a robot or a computer. All right. Fucking hell, man.
L7.
Back to L7.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the rabbit hole. So, yeah. How much L7 are you familiar with?
The hits, baby. Just the hits.
That's the hits. All right.
That would be the hit off of the great San Andreas soundtrack. Grand Theft Auto, ladies and gentlemen. Not
Which was
the movie.
what? Wargasm or Shit List?
That would be... It would be Pretend That We're Dead.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
I think you mentioned that in the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra. Well, like
Had
we
the
said,
game wrong, I think, but yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It came out in the 90s, and the other popular songs, I didn't listen to them, which I probably should have getting into this podcast, but Spotify has, the big hits for the band, and I didn't recognize them, so.
All right. Yeah, I didn't really listen to much after Bricks Are Heavy, I'll be honest with you. That was their big hit album with Pretend We're Dead and fucking Courtney Love Gasm. And Shit List. Did I mention she murdered her husband? Courtney Love murdered Kurt Cobain. I don't know if you know that.
Oh my gosh. Else, the ladies that are showing up here to listen to us review Scatter the Rat are going to fucking flay us.
Oh, we are dead on Twitter.
Fucking burnt.
What I wanted to tell you was that, speaking of burnt, Burn Baby Burn was a single that was released on February 28th, and I'm Your Uber Driver, Stadium West, was released on April 22nd. How about that?
That's great. I mean, this is a band that has not had an album in 2 decades. 20 years have passed since their last album. That's insane.
And I think the Slash years wasn't like an actual album.
No, from what I saw, they only just released a couple singles. One was something about I'm back to bitch or something.
Yeah,
then,
this was a greatest hits.
Okay, all right. See, so it's like, can you imagine 20 years passing since your last album? Yeah, speaking of presidents, that would have been 99. So we're talking what, 3 presidents since then? 4?
So here's what you need to know: the first 4 songs are from their 1992 album "Bricks Are Heavy." It's "Pretend We're Dead," "Mr. Integrity," "Monster," and "Everglade." 3 of those songs I am not familiar with. Their next one, which I do remember listening to back in the day, but I probably forgot about it, was "Hungry for Stink," Jesse Starcher. I don't know if you get hungry for stink, but I sure do.
Boy, do I. Oh, boy, do I want to move on.
The 3 songs off of there were "Andre," "Fuel My Fire," and "Freak Magnet." And the last one was "The Beauty Process," released in 1997, which I'd never heard in my life. And that was "Bad Things," "Off the Wagon," "Moonshine," and "Bitter Wine."
Okay.
So yeah, I believe their last full-length actual album was "Slap Happy."
Yep. 1999. Produced by Jeff Jarrett. Oh, wait a second. Slap Nuts. That was the wrong album.
Hey, that's a wrestling reference, all you gals that tuned in to listen to this shit show.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to the shit show. All right. I think we're ready to move on here. .org. Me too.
.org. Yeah, change.org for this fucking... There's a petition right now with our names on it.
All right, folks. So here we go with our first song of the... I'm not prepared. First song of the evening. Ladies and germs, this is... Burn, baby.
You get the freeze and I'm catching your shade. There is no love between, never cease to amaze. And I think you're a fraud and you know I'm a fake. But at the end of the day, we'd all burn at the stake. Yeah, burn at the stake. Burn at the stake. Make no mistake. Like I said, burn at the stake. Alright.
Well, if you forgot what "Pretend We're Dead" sounds like, that "Burn Baby" almost sounds like "Pretend We're Dead." So good on L7 for making that bridge.
There is absolutely a great theme throughout this whole album, and that is, holy shit, it's the 90s again.
Yeah.
Uh,
What a throwback album this is.
Yeah, there's a lot of... For 2 decades passing, it doesn't feel like it passed for them. I mean, it feels like they actually cut this album back into, like late 99 and just said, hold on to this for a little bit.
Yeah, or they've been in a coma for 20 years.
Yeah.
They just woke up in the studio.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
It's
what
weird.
happened. Maybe like in 99 they were recording an album in the studio and they
Yeah.
got roofied, but like whoever roofied them overdid it. It's just like, well, fuck them, let them sleep. And
Let
they
'em
slept for 20 years. And they woke up and they were like, we got to finish the album.
Yes, sir.
So they still think it's 1999.
There is some weird, it's just, I don't know. They categorize these ladies as...
Hey, watch it. Be feminist forward here, please.
I'm kind of worried. Like, am I being inclusive by saying that they're guys? Because that's
Well,
kind of...
here's the question you have to ask yourself. What do L7 sexually identify as?
Is that on the wiki?
Haven't checked.
Oh, I found some interesting stuff on the wiki.
Did you? Please share.
Okay. Well, hold on. I tell you what, just because there's three things that I definitely want to bring out. I'll pepper them. We'll go to the next song real quick, and then I'll bring it up.
That's fine. So we'll go to Fighting the Crave while you find all the interesting things that about L7, and we'll find out what gender-wise, sexuality-wise, just what do they identify as toasters? We don't know. Fighting the Crave.
Sketchy baby, you got good shit. Gotta have it. I want another piece of it. Yes, my man, suck it to me. 'Cause goddamn, I'm on a buying spree. Yeah. I'm in the crate. And I just know I'm feeling the way creeping down over me, fighting the crave. What's more, I know I'm feeling the way swelling inside of me.
Fighting the Crave. I like that one, Jesse.
Yeah, that is, I think, top 3 off this album for me.
Yeah, no bullshit. I actually really dug that song. Like,
Yeah.
all jokes aside, all all cisgendered, penis-driven, male-centered, toxic masculine jokes aside, that song fucking kicks ass.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree with you there, because if you don't get that first bit of, let's see, the riff, you're going to hear it over and over throughout that song. Problem is, as overdone as you think of it, it's a real simple riff, and it's just done multiple times, but you can dig it. You know, it's diggable.
All right, so do L7 identify as toasters?
Oh, we don't have. We unfortunately, at least not that I've seen, have the sexual identity here of either any of the band members. However, I'm going to work backwards here because there's 3 sentences, 3 little paragraphs from just labeled under controversy. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it gets saucy, sir. But in 1999, the band actually raffled off a one-night stand with Dimitra Plakis at a London gig.
Let me jump in here and say that when I told Pat Mullen that we were going to review an L7 album, he objected because somebody in the band threw a tampon at one of the fans.
Oh, well, that's going to be... That's how I'm going to wrap things up, because that is the first paragraph
But
here.
we are currently living in a world in 2019 where a female wrestler hit her opponent with a used tampon.
Oh, my... You're kidding.
Google it. I'm going to go grab a ginger ale before I vomit.
Yeah, you're... Need something to calm that stomach. Mark has a notoriously weak stomach, ladies and gentlemen. So, the thing is that when he first started gagging on one of those Metal Hammer of Doom extras,
She actually mid-match reached down into her shorts.
Come on now. Now hold on. Let's just
Google wrestling used tampon.
let's just take this back, okay?
Are we going to take back the night?
We got to take a step back, because one of the greatest stories I've ever read in my entire life about the wrestling business was Bobby Heenan. And I think he's got 2 books out. I think I've read the first one he did. And you will know this story as soon as I start to tell it. He was talking about, I think he was wrestling a match. It had to have been in either the 60s or 70s, okay? Mm-hmm. He was facing some guy who, and I don't think it was him. I think he was watching the match. But one of the workers, his move was the atomic drop, okay?
Right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the atomic drop, you pick your opponent up from the back side, lift them into the air, and then drop their ass squarely on your knee, okay? That's the atomic drop. So the guy that was on the receiving end of the atomic drop was wearing white tights. And in the middle of this match, this is, of course, back in the days of kayfabe, not in the middle of this match. Before the match, he made a decision to put a couple Hershey bars in his tights. Okay? So the way Bobby Heenan describes it is that the guy hits him with the atomic bomb. The atomic drop. He comes out of it and he hits him again. And this brown stain continues to just grow and grow on the dude's pants.
Right.
All right. So the crowd start losing their shit. They
Literally.
can't believe that this guy is. They can't. No, we haven't got there yet. The crowd start losing their shit, and they can't believe that this guy is actually shitting himself in front of everybody. So he reaches up there. He hits him with another atomic drop. And this time he's like laying on the ground. He gets up and he reaches into his pants and pulls out a mound of chocolate. And of course, everybody thinks it's shit. Get ready. Get that ginger ale ready.
I got it. It's right. It's touching my lips.
He puts it up. Everybody's freaking out still. The fans are going nuts. He then, sells it big time, takes it and puts it up to his nose ever so gingerly, and then sells it like it's shit. And everybody starts freaking out, right? And then, he stops and he looks down at his hand, and then he puts it in his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And people are running for the bathrooms. People are running out of the arena at this point. It's the greatest story I've ever read in my entire life.
Is it better than when the time CM Punk had the flu and shit his pants in the ring?
Now, see, I don't know that one.
Oh, you haven't heard that? You haven't heard CM Punk complain about the WWE? That's one of the things he
Wait
complained
a second.
about.
I have heard him complain about the WWE.
Okay, ad nauseum.
Ad nauseum.
Amongst the litany of complaints, he talked about being misdiagnosed and undertreated by the WWE doctor, which led to him shitting his pants in the middle of a match.
Oh, it was WWE's fault. WWE's fault that he shit himself.
Yes.
Not surprised. I was a huge fan of CM Punk. Huge fan. So, well, let's leave it at that. Anyway, we'll talk about the tampon thing here. I'm saving that because there's a couple on here.
Well, you need to tell us more after our next song.
I will.
L7 controversies, but we're not leaving this podcast until you have read about the infamous and recent wrestling tampon incident that sent poor Jim Cornette, goddamn pal, into a tailspin.
See, that makes me think that there's cherry syrup involved in a tampon. There's no way. Come on now.
Nope. Real life. I've seen the video and.
All right, just go. Next song.
All right. Our next track here off of Scatter the Rats, Prototype.
This is not a proto-planet. Scratch those proto-plans. Assembly lines turn out cookie cutter. There's always been something better. There's always been something better. High concept, remarkably strong. A marvel of engineering. Believe the hype with the prototype.
All right, we went from the best song to the shittiest song.
Aren't these guys supposed? Excuse me. Aren't these ladies supposed to be
God
angry?
Damn it, Jesse. These are not men.
I'll
We don't
be
know
safe.
what they identify with, and don't you impose your toxic masculinity on them.
I blame it on Appalachia. Everybody's guys are right. Okay? I'll fucking walk into work, be 5 girls sitting there, and I'll be like, hey, you guys seen this? Okay? So trust me. It's just a regional thing.
You're exalting your male authority over these women. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Have you heard from Human Resources about this?
I will soon. Sure, I will.
Is that gonna be your excuse? It's like,
Appalachia, ma'am.
and she'll be all right. Case dismissed.
Perfect.
L7, go.
L7 controversy. Working our way backwards here. In 1992, Sparks caused a controversy in the United Kingdom when she dropped her pants on live television, appearing nude from the waist down during an L7 performance on the UK variety program The Word.
Yeah, but from what I understand, Europe doesn't have the hang-ups about sex that we do.
Okay, but you can't just go walking around with your hoo-ha hanging out.
Can you walk around with your dingle hanging out? Hey, Homer, I can see your doodle.
Someone get Maria Hill on the line.
That's a source material joke, everyone.
Yeah, you have to listen to the whole network to get these fucking jokes. So, yeah, there you go. Sparks dropping trowel and just walking around.
Hey, Spark, we can see your doodle.
Here you go. Yeah, I'm not too. I was not up on prototype. Not really at all. There is a lack of, and this is echoed throughout some of the reviews I saw, a lack of momentum throughout this album. It kind of, Fighting the Crave was nice. I liked it, and then it's just like, okay, let's slow things down. And
right.
The problem is, without me knowing what came before, in any of those albums, I can't say that this is atypical L7 or not. I don't know.
Well, you would know if you were hungry for stink.
Mm-hmm. Serve it up hot on a plate, please. It's a big plate full of stink.
All right. So this next one we did a Metal Hammer of Doom Extra for, which we decided was a commercial for Uber.
Yes, indeed. It certainly was.
This is called Stadium West. Go pick up your prescriptions because you're depressed. I'm your friend from Stadium West.
There's DJs. There's no way that this is right. These lyrics. This lyric site is fucked up. There's DJs and I drink in the grass. No, that's not the case. No. Run with your lies and swim for your eyes. Swim for your eyes.
No.
What? Okay.
Just no. I like the song. The video sucks. The video was shot on a cell phone with no budget.
Like these filters on this cell phone now. Yeah, it's an okay upbeat kind of song. You know, there's not much grist for the mill here. It's just like,
No, sir.
I thought you guys were going to try and make a statement. Nope, didn't make a statement with that one. You're just, I mean, it's my notes for Stadium West were like Punky McPunkerson, but even even that is like, I don't believe that's correct, because if this is considered punk, this is like the most laid back punk ever. Feels like,
It's very like mainstream, but mainstream from 20 years ago.
Again,
It's very L7.
very L7. Very L7.
What they're yammering on about, I have no idea.
I honestly think that they just took it easy on the lyrics and the meaningful song.
Look, girls don't like to think too hard. It hurts their brains.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Go give us a like there on the Rattleitch and Broadcasting Network Facebook page.
Hashtag feminism, hashtag me too.
10,000 dislikes.
Yeah.
You bury something on YouTube because they will try it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about taking it light on the lyrics. I just, I think...
Dude, wait till we get to this next one. This next one is like... I mean, they're just... Whoever wrote it was sitting in a lounge somewhere.
They have to be in their 50s, right?
Yeah, they've got to. The band started in the 80s.
So my in-laws are in their 60s. My parents are in their 70s. I can only imagine what a punk rock, album would sound like by any one of them.
Donita Sparks is 56 years old.
Okay, I think a lot of it would be about, like, Fox News. Pro or con. That's it. Above the age of 50, that seems to be all anyone ever thinks about.
Yeah, and we have plenty of people that are pissed off about that, and this feels like the group that would be so mad about something that Trump had said.
Yeah.
But just from what I saw, maybe there's some shit that maybe their lyric writing is way too over my head, and like I'm not interpreting it correct.
They have a song called Wargasm.
Yeah.
Okay. They have a song
it's
called
not like they're
Shitless.
strange. It's not like they're strange to this.
This isn't fucking Henry David Thoreau, dude.
What happened in the last 20 years, Mark, is the question.
You know what? I guarantee you they were fucking done with music, and were done for quite some time. And Trump got elected, and a lot of these old, like, Oh, yeah. I think a nostalgia thing happened. I think Trump happened, and then a lot of these bands came out and like, hey, we can come out and sell some records on that old Spotify machine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, you put shit up on Spotify, you get your pennies for a click.
Dude, Tool. Did you see that Tool is actually releasing their whole catalog on all the streaming services here this coming Friday? And the reason for that is in order to promote their new album coming up.
Yeah, which there's no room on the schedule for Tool, and I hate them.
Well, I'm not asking you to cover them. I'm just telling you. I'm making an argument to support your point.
Okay.
That's they are. That's the whole reason they're doing that is
right.
Because they're coming back in. They got an album they want to promote. Now
the only person buying CDs is my father.
Yeah. And they have been avoiding. It seems like it's very hard to find anything Tool related that you didn't straight rip and put on your computer or your iPod.
No,
but
at this point, if you're a musician and you're not putting your stuff up on a streaming thing, then someone is stealing it and you're still not making any money. Nobody is buying records. Nobody.
Yeah. Now I kind of hijacked that conversation. I was looking for there was a quote off of a review, and it said, this is from RollingStone.com. They're back. They're pissed and they won't be ignored.
Yeah, they will.
I don't understand where the anger's at. I mean, what are they mad about? Because
they're mad. They're mad. The dude from The Apprentice who talked about grabbing girls in the pussy got elected president.
But it's not represented. I think.
Which, by the way, can I make a point about that?
I mean, fucking Uncle Al.
Hang on. Donald Trump. No one has ever, except for maybe Stormy Daniels, who's a porn star, ever actually accused Donald Trump of grabbing him in the pussy. He said they'll let you if you're famous and if you're rich and famous enough. I just want to make that distinction. Because there's a lot of, like, oh, he does this to women. Like, you know, like, look, Bill Clinton's the rapist, not Donald Trump. I understand they're from the same era in time, but two different guys, two different problems. So what are they mad about? They're mad about grabbing people in the pussy. That's what they're mad about.
Where's the pussy grabbing song on here?
Is that the issue? That whatever it is they're mad about is not reflected in the music?
Yeah, if they're coming back and they're pissed. I mean, what's the angriest song on here?
Maybe they're pissed they got left outside of WrestleMania and couldn't get to their car.
Stadium West. Yep.
Those jokes are even funny the second time.
We've got another looks like seven songs to go, and so let's listen as we go through it. You tell me what's the angriest song by the time we get to the end of the album.
All right, challenge accepted.
All right, so we'll figure it out. So this next one though,
all right, here we go. This is Murky Water Cafe.
Settled in with my body's ripper. Haven't been able to stop thinking of you. Just like it's going out of style. Like there's no tomorrow. Free Wi-Fi. Come on down, down in the murky water. Hanging low at the Murky Water Cafe. Follow me in the murky water. Murky water.
There was something about free Wi-Fi in that song.
yes, sir.
The rest of it was a jingle for some bar in New Orleans.
It sounds like a rockier version of a country song. You know, kind of like Skirting That Line.
Kind of a oh gosh, what's the country rock fusion? What's the name of it? Help me out here.
Country rock fusion.
Yeah, no, good fuck. Reverend Horton Heat.
Is it the name of the genre, or are you looking for a band name?
Genre.
Yeah, I don't. I have
Reverend,
no idea.
Google Reverend Horton Heat.
Reverend Horton Heat.
Yes, and then look up his genre.
Horton.
I'm not letting the
Heat.
show go until I get this.
Well, we know that. So the Wikipedia has the genre
Rockabilly.
listed as... Yep,
Okay, yeah, it sounds like a slow rockabilly song.
I will agree with that.
Do you know what rockabilly is, aside from a shitty gimmick that they gave Billy Gunn?
Have you... I'm an ass man!
Bam, bam. That's an awesome gimmick.
Rockabilly, we'll be revisiting that here in about a week with Volbeat, if I remember correctly.
Oh, break out your battleship chains, everyone.
They their first, I think it was their first single, was 58 seconds long off that album. 58-second single. You wouldn't believe the amount of irate people on YouTube when they saw Volbeat release a 58-second single.
One of our more popular shows, because we fucking ass raped that last album.
It was not good. And
We threw it over the pinball machine, for God's sakes.
one of the things I'll probably talk about is how formulaic they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Murky Water Cafe.
All right. So let me tell you about how Rolling Stone is a piece of shit magazine that nobody should read and is about at least 10 years out of date.
Okay.
Rolling Stones is a useless rag. I wouldn't even use it to wipe my ass with because the pages are, like, glossed over and it'd hurt your ass. You need a softer ply is what I'm telling you.
Yeah. I can tell you I've never wiped my ass with magazine pages.
No.
So I couldn't tell you. But I guess if I'm out, I'm looking for Rolling Stone.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, Rolling Stone's a shit magazine that's not even worth wiping your ass with.
Okay.
So the fact that they're like, oh, they're back and they're pissed. Look, some poor schmo who, can't pay his rent working for Rolling Stone got paid to write that line.
I know it, man.
They're
I
not
know.
relevant, Jesse Starcher. L7's fighting for relevancy, and for that I will give them credit. The Rolling Stone magazine couldn't be less relevant if it were actually tissue paper. How about
I
that?
mean, well, yeah. At least I think I'm looking here just to see.
Everybody that makes a living salary, a living wage at Rolling Stone is over 70 years old.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, hey, listen. Rolling Stone got it right here when they say the only misstep is Murky Water Cafe.
Ugh.
So they at least can. It takes shit to recognize shit, I guess. I don't know. Boy. Sorry.
That was not a great song.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Definitely a jingle for a song down in the bayou, for a cafe down in the bayou with alligators. There has to be alligators.
Alligators are involved. Actually, I think alligators are in the lyrics at some point.
Come
not-
eat, come have the frog legs with the alligators at the Murky Water Cafe.
Yes,
I don't know why I'm doing that to the tune of the Stadium West though.
It's just a menu reading. All it is.
There's free Wi-Fi though. That's important to millennials.
It
I've been
is.
told.
You know, that's upscale shit right there. You can't usually find that only just any backwater or murky water cafe.
They say you may not have running electricity or clean water, but everybody has a cell phone on Earth, except for my son. He doesn't.
How long is that going to last?
As long as I can make it last. Last fucking thing that kid needs is a cell phone.
Yeah. Now, well, he does have some device, though, that he can watch YouTube on, right?
Yeah, it's a television.
Bingo.
The Fire Stick.
A Fire Stick.
Speaking of Fire Sticks,
Goodness.
this next song is called Ouija Board Lies. Ouija Board Lies.
Why? You gotta tell lies, lies. I'm reading your eyes, like a Ouija board. Lies, lies. Shame. You gotta play games. I think it's so lame. And I'm onto you. Shame. I've been getting the signs. I've been feeling the vibes. Staring into your eyes. Ouija board lies. Ouija board.
I would have had more respect for that song had it been called This Goes Out to the Toxic Masculines I Love. That's your obligatory man-hating song, everybody. Because we lie, Jesse. We cheat. We're like Eddie Guerrero's, all of us. We cheat, we steal, and we lie right to the woman's face. We're like Ouija boards.
We lie, we cheat, we
Because
steal.
a Ouija board will actually tell you lies. You understand that? You understand that the three girls at a sleepover moving the fucking needle around are actually controlled and lied to by the inanimate fucking thing put out by like Parker Brothers or whatever?
Hey, you looked way deeper in this song than I did.
I was paying attention to the lyrics on that one. You should be proud of me.
How are they even? I don't even know, dude.
Every
it's
song
like,
on here should have been called "Don't Grab Us by the Pussy." That's what it should. That's what they should have ran with.
why? What do they mean by? Okay, so yeah, right here at the beginning. Why? You got to tell lies.
Right.
I'm reading your eyes, like a Ouija board lies.
It's typical of women to have to constantly repeat themselves. Like we got it the first time.
I don't understand,
There's gonna be a line of chicks out waiting outside my fucking in-laws
I
waiting to kick me right in the dick.
dude. That fucking trail of gunpowder leading that keg should have never been lit because you, sir, have blowed up. You have. Oh my goodness, you've taken it to another level. The poor ladies that are listening to this right now. I don't understand it though. I really don't. I don't understand the correlation or why she's saying a Ouija board lies. I mean, one of the things
Because chicks now are
Yep.
into like witches and Ouija boards are kind of a thing in a retro way. So so they wrote a song about how all men
we're
lie.
90s. I keep forgetting.
Right. So they wrote a song about how all men lie, but they needed a way to connect it to the modern audience, so Ouija boards.
All right, sure. See,
I-
that's the criticism of lyric writing. That to me seems like it's very, very apt here. That
do you
seems,
really think like 50-year-old women are going to be real, hip to the jive?
I don't know. I'm looking for a lot more
Is-
in my punk grunge here.
I mean, is there anything sadder than a 50-year-old punk woman?
I'm looking more for my. I'm looking for. Let's try this again. I'm looking for more from my Kinder whore. Just, I don't know, man.
That's going in the description on Facebook. I wanted more from my Kinder whores. That's never going to make it on the heavy metal group.
So we are a little over halfway through this album, and 2 songs so far. I mean, Burn Baby was okay. Fighting the Crave was great. Stadium West is fun, but I mean, really, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed.
This is kind of a meh album so far. Let's see how this next one holds up, shall we?
Yeah, where would you throw this particular album? Right in the
Right in the garbage truck. Get wasted and I'll pick you up in my garbage truck, Jesse. No, I like that song actually. That one had a nice retro punk flavor to it.
Yeah. I would say that if anything stuck out on this latter half of this album, that felt really true to the punk genre.
Yes.
But again, it's not anything that it's straight from the 90s, late 80s.
So you were starting to make the point earlier, and I cut you off because I was too busy making jokes and trying to clarify Trump issues. It's my job here.
Yeah, let's make sure that everybody understands Donald Trump.
Look, I'm not saying he's great, and I'm not saying he's awful. I'm just saying here's what he actually said. Here's what he actually did.
Okay.
That we're aware of. Somebody has to cut through all the BS. Might as well be the former Progressive Conservatism podcast, now known as the Rattlegion Broadcasting Network. I am a truth sayer, Jesse.
Truth sayer.
You
Not
may
a
not
soothsayer. Truth sayer.
You may not like the truth, but the truth is what I'm going to bring you because I don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
IDGAF.
That's goddamn right. But you were starting to talk about what the hell are they so angry about? Like so. And then you started screaming Uncle Al, and then I talked over you. So go.
No, oh well. I mean, that was my defense. Was Uncle Al had an album that was way more angrier. Way more angrier. That's
the
right.
music that Ministry plays is angrier than the
Oh.
than your typical Riot Girl fare.
And I don't know. That's what I was kind of expecting going into this. Was like, okay, they're going to have something to say. It's not going to be, oh goodness, Who was it that we listened to? The one lady that's a militant lesbian.
I'm a boss, bitch, but I'm a
Yes.
boss, bitch. Yeah.
Yes.
OTET.
Okay, so I was thinking, well, we're going to get something similar to that, but this just feels way more laid back. I mean, this particular song we just listened to, it sounds like it's just reading the lyrics. It's a song about her relationship troubles, and I don't know if they're.
Because hashtag girls are sad.
Well, then again, I don't know if it's troubles. I mean, she says, "My love's like a garbage truck. Get trash and I'll pick you up." A little bit of alcohol involved there.
Okay, so apparently she likes to fuck drunks. And who doesn't?
I'm raising my hand. But, well, anyway, I don't.
You don't run around the streets of Langford trolling for drunk strange?
No.
Right.
I know where the spots are, though. And that's sad. I don't do it, but I know where I could.
How do you know where the spots are?
You just know, Mark Radlich. You drive around Langford enough, you know where the spots are, sir.
All right. Got my eye on you, Jesse.
Oh goodness.
Might be throwing drunk strange in the back of your garbage truck.
Let's talk about the top.
Next to the comics that you and other junk you fondled.
I fondle some junk. Speaking of garbage truck, throw your junk in my trunk.
Woo!
During their performance,
That was a gay joke you just made. I don't know if you know that.
Sure.
You just invited people to throw their junk in your trunk.
Listen, I don't know how many times I've come inside your jacket already. But I might as well go with the gimmick.
And this is why when Apple changed their designations and we happen to be under comedy, I just left it alone.
Just leave it there. There's no reason to change it.
No, there isn't.
During their performance at the 1992 Reading, I believe is how you pronounce it, Reading Festival, the band experienced technical difficulties with their audio equipment and were forced to stall their set. The rowdy crowd grew restless and began throwing mud onto the stage. In protest, lead vocalist Donita Sparks removed her tampon on stage and threw it into the crowd, yelling, "Eat my used tampon, fuckers."
Yep. I remember the story.
Sparks has remained unapologetic about the incident, and the tampon has been referred to as one of the most unsanitary pieces of rock memorabilia in history. Someone still has it.
Well, look, I mean, I think it's rational to react at a booing crowd by throwing your sanitary napkin at them.
Really?
What else are you going to do? I mean,
I can't throw the guitar.
Right.
I can't throw the mic stand. What do I have?
I've been at a Typo Negative show on Halloween where they threw the keyboard, the guitars, and the pumpkins into the crowd.
What?
We lost a lot of good horses that day.
Oh, boy.
So, as all she threw was a used tampon, I would say that crowd in Reading was lucky.
Reading right off the coast of Africa.
Right on the Reading Railroad.
That's right. That is right. Well, yeah, so yeah, that is...
And it's certainly better than Priscilla Kelly pulling a used tampon from her vagina and hitting another girl with it.
So, I've got the Uprock story right here, okay? On Saturday night, a video of the incident suddenly caught fire on Twitter. You can watch it right here, but you're going to say it. You're just going. But if you're just going to say it's disgusting and you regret having seen it, remember that the option to not watch exists. So now I don't know. Does she hit her with it? Because I swear I saw something.
I think she mushes in her face.
That's what I was going to say. I could have swore I saw somebody say she tried to put it in her mouth. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But, again, I dare say that this could have been a work they had prepared backstage and just said, okay, look, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I don't think she, raped the girl with it. I think they talked about it beforehand, and the girl knew it was coming. It's just gross and unnecessary in wrestling. Like Orange Cassidy.
We differ on opinions there. So greatly. Bad Boy Joey Janela says that Priscilla Kelly spot was bloody genius. Fucking Bad Boy Joey Janela.
And then Joey Janela landed on his head.
I bet. Oh man! So Priscilla Kelly hits the other girl with the pant. Let's try this again. The tampon spot, and then next thing you know, Bad Boy Joey Janela is trying to figure out why his lips bleeding.
Okay, I need to move this on.
Oh goodness!
I'm done here.
Right.
The next song is Holding Pattern.
Holding pattern, hesitation wounds. There's big changes coming. I hope they get here soon. Get here soon. Holding pattern, something's gotta give. History's dying. Future's gotta live, gotta live. Find a way to get paid every day. Start the ride, hold on tight. Take a pill, force yourself, take a car. Do it, it's just your life.
Oh, Crimson and Clover. Bow, now, 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 now. Over and over. Bow,
Sing it.
now, 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 now. Crimson and Clover. Bow, now, 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 now.
So-
Holding Pattern. Bow, now, 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 now. That episode of Orville. Bow, now, 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 now. Where the guy goes into the cell phone for VR. Bow, now, 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 now. And the girls in a band. Bow, now, now,
That was a good
now,
episode.
now. It was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
But I feel like this is the song that band was playing at the time.
Yeah. Hey, we talk about how a lot of this movie feels like, or a lot of this movie. Gosh, man, I don't know how fucking late it is, but I swear it's like 1 o'clock.
You should quit drinking before the podcast.
I can't fucking talk tonight, dude. It's horrible. So, a lot of what you hear preceding that song sounds like it was mixed in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then Holding Pattern shows up, and it's just like this weird production anomaly on this album.
I honestly think somebody said this should be the single that you should release, and they were like, "No, we have vaginas. We're going to go with Uber Street or whatever the fuck they called it,
Uber Street.
Stadium West."
That was the working title. But we went with Stadium West. Yeah, I feel like this is like one of the ones. What if? Okay, we already talked about the whole roofied, the roofied theory. But what if they've been working on this album for 20 years?
What were they, fucking Axl Rose?
Hey, you never know. They've been working on this album. They've recorded songs.
They have not been working on this album longer than Axl Rose worked on Chinese Democracy or Limp Bizkit. Fucking Fred Durst has been working on
Golden
Stampede
Cobra.
of the Golden Elephants,
Wait,
or whatever, Disco Elephants.
Gold Cobra was the last album they released.
No, I'm sorry. It's Stampede of the Disco Elephants. They've been working on for like a decade.
Yeah, not released yet.
No,
So,
keep waiting.
damn it, put it on the schedule.
I would if they would actually give me a goddamn release.
2025.
Speaking of which, can Ice-T get the fuck off Twitter and work on his goddamn Carnivore album?
I want to see him retweet some stuff again.
No, fuck Ice-T and his stupid Twitter account. I'll say that to his fucking face.
He was promoting something there. It was about a month or so ago, and
You know what he wasn't promoting? Fucking Carnivore, since they've been working on since 2018.
well, damn it. He's 61 years old, dude.
He needs to get off of Twitter. The president, him, and
61.
L7 all need to get off Twitter.
I don't know if L7's on Twitter.
Nobody over the age of 30 should be on Twitter.
We should maybe just take a look and see if there's any L7 tweets.
I will take myself off Twitter. If nobody,
Well, really?
if we all just agree that anyone over the age, like 30 and up, should not be allowed to have a Twitter account, and anyone
So-
over the age of 40 shouldn't have a Facebook. Especially my mom, who friended one of my friends on Facebook because she's bored and 70. It doesn't know how to use Facebook.
I understand that reference. We have nothing exciting here on
You know
the
what's weird?
L7 band.
We're not going to get in trouble for any of the sexist jokes that we've made. We're not going to get in trouble for anything. I'm going to get in trouble for being an ageist. It's like everything else, like from a satirical point of view, is funny. But then he's like, nobody over a certain age should be on Twitter or Facebook. Fucking ageist. That's what I'm going to get in trouble for tonight.
At least, I mean, if there's going to be a percentage of what you get in trouble for, that would be
The largest percentage.
Yeah,
of the ageist.
75% due to this offensive remark, and then we have another 10 for this.
Oh, you made fun of Asians earlier, so you got
I did
that
not
covered.
make fun of Asians. I educated people on Squint Squad. Okay,
on Squintism or whatever it was called.
Squint Squad is out there.
Okay.
You people need to know. You people need to know.
Leave the Squint Squad to the young. That's what I say.
I will. I have no problem.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I have L7's Twitter is pretty lame. At least the band's Twitter.
Oh, top 5 tweets. Go.
Top 5?
Yeah.
Like,
read me the last 5 tweets.
Last 5. Okay. Jeez, dude, this is fucking. Go ahead and grab a drink, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what's something to do? L7 the band, May 26th, 30% on Scatter the Rats vinyl. I think they meant 30% off on Scatter the Rats vinyl through Monday night.
We're only selling 30% of the vinyl.
30% Well, damn. Then we have Thanks Anna Cafola and Dazed and Confused magazine as L7 are back to bitch. So this was back in May 13th. They haven't released any tweets here at all since May 26th.
So that's not really their Twitter. It's whoever's doing their social media managing. It's that person's Twitter.
Yeah, it's L7 the band. Twitter is what it's called. So
how about Danita Sparks? Does she have a Twitter?
That would probably be where we need to go. So Danita
Sparks.
Danita Sparks.
Does she have the blue check mark? That's what I need.
That's what I'm looking for here. We gotta. She is. People are tagging her, but she is not.
Are they tagging her presently? Because we're not live.
There.
It'd be funny if it were. It'd be funny if this were live and people were listening to it and then tagging her and be like, "Hey, these assholes."
That is somebody put at Danita Sparks, but that takes you to a defunct Twitter there. Yeah, I don't think she's on here. Although here is a tweet from Out of Context Grunge from February 15th, 2019. Danita Sparks, L7, and Courtney Love Hole. It's a photograph of the two. So that's ties into the podcast. I do not see an official Danita Sparks Twitter.
Terrific.
So, yep. The rabbit hole.
Way to be current, ladies.
Well, you just said. Stay off of Twitter. She's off of Twitter, and you're giving her shit for not staying current.
I'm just saying, maybe get a better social media manager. I know a few people.
You're just being a jerk. You're being a jerk.
I am the jerk of all trades. That is not Babes in Toyland. Oh God, what's the name of the band? So old. Skankosaurus, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy. No.
Luchasaurus. Lunachicks?
The Lunachicks. Yes. See, I was close. Luchasaurus, Lunachicks, same thing.
The jerk of all trades.
You ever heard it?
She can punch you in the nose.
Have you ever heard the jerk of all trades?
No, never heard of it.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Jesse.
She will kill you with her hate.
Jerk of all trades. Yeah. Here we go. You want to hear this shit?
Bring it on.
Want to fucking hear jerk of all trades?
Bring it on.
All right, here we go.
She can sing, she can do most anything. She is a jerk, the jerk of all trades. She can fight, she can pause at your light. She is a jerk, the jerk of all trades. Never, ever, 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 ever. She will She can do most anything. She is a jerk, the jerk of all trades. She can fight, she can bust out your light. She is a jerk, the jerk of all trades. Never, ever, ever, ever underestimate. 'Cause she will kill you with her hate. She is a jerk, the jerk of all trades. She can write, she can roll, she can punch you in your nose.
It's the best thing we've heard on this podcast all night.
Released in 1995 from Go Kart Records.
I saw them in concert. It was one of my. I think I saw them and NoFX play, at some fucking hole in the wall venue in New York City. The Wetlands, maybe. I don't know. It's probably been turned into like a Disney store by this point.
Stadium West.
No, so, I don't believe the Lunatics ever played at a Stadium West or otherwise.
Wow.
How great is that song, though?
Hey, it's good stuff, man. That is definitely some punk.
Yep. There's definitely some 90s chick punk. All right. Sorry, I don't mean to
How
just call
dare
it-
you refer to them as chicks?
I know.
Gosh, go fucking hang your head in the toilet.
They might identify as giraffes, in which case it would be more correct to say it's giraffe punk.
You know, L7, you ever go to Wikipedia and look at the timeline down there that shows you like the band members and who played with them, and there's like a line graph.
Yeah.
They have the biggest fucking gap I've ever seen.
Bigger than Metal Church?
Well, oh boy. If we're comparing gaps, I guarantee you L7's going to win.
If we're comparing gashes, well, those are a bit of a reach for me. I'm ashamed.
You should be, sir. You should be.
I'm going to shut up now because I'm terrible. How about we just listen to this next song? How about that?
What people come here to do? Listen to music.
This is Up in the Ice.
Hit the ground, taking the sights. All bow down, 'cause we're up in the ice. Crash the scene, it's a clever device. When you're up and up and up and up and up in the ice. Sailing on the rocks. Sailing on the rocks. Spotlights on, clearing the floor. All jaws drop at the shock and they are. Game face girls, cylinders ignite. When you're tripping and a crushing and a up in the ice. Sailing on the rocks. Sailing on the rocks.
That was wonderfully meh.
You were mailing that one. I think that if I was comparing it to the rest of what's on this album, this is top 3 for me.
It's
kinda-
all right. It's
I
definitely
dig
better
this.
than some of the ones we hated.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I don't know. Hey, Blind Guardian, I love what they put out there. Their lyric writing is just some of the greatest stuff. I love trying to figure out what they're talking about. Same with Clutch. Sometimes they can make some great references, but for some reason, maybe this shit's just too simplistic, and I'm trying to read too much into it.
Are you saying girls are dumb?
No, I'm saying that I'm not a girl and I don't understand what the hell they're talking about.
Maybe it's not meant for us. Maybe it's not meant for two mid-40-year-old men.
That is
Fat
probably
bearded men. Well, you're not bearded.
on. Yeah, I am. I got a beard.
Do you? Okay.
I do. So let's get the record straight.
Oh, a thousand pardons, sir.
But you open up the CD and trust me, there is a very big description on the inside that says, "Okay, this is who this album is not for."
Yeah.
And it has our pictures there,
It's a fucking picture of us.
and then a description of
It's a
height
fucking
and weight.
audience at God. It's the fucking audience at Starcast.
And, and wait. Yep.
There's a fat bearded guys wearing wrestling T-shirts. As much as you might be hungry for stink, this is not for you.
Oh, plate full of stink. What do you think "up in the ice" means?
I don't know.
Does it mean just like, hey, we're... Lack of taste, we will erase from view. Your approach we've seen will just break through. Sailing on the rocks, paper thin, we are dismissing you. Up, 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 up in the ice.
Maybe that means they're giving the cold shoulder to penises.
Cold shoulder. Ooh, good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So angry.
L7, they don't like men.
L7, stop. L7, don't talk to us.
L7, take that penis away from us. We are hungry for stink and nothing else. Because bricks are heavy. Get it?
Bricks are heavy. Callback.
Men are on their shit list. Don't you understand?
20-year callback.
All right, so we have 2 songs left. I think we might have to just to get this over with. This podcast has been an hour too long.
Half an hour album, hour and a half. Not discussing
us fucking tearing it apart.
We're giving these people a hard time. They come back to a different. They've come back to a different era, and we're giving them a hard time. Let's hear it. We're medleying. Are we medleying?
Yes, we are. This is Cool About Easy and Scatter the Rats. Enough of that. All right, I actually like that last one. I thought they finished pretty strong. Yeah, overall, the album's a fucking C for me. But again, I much like Cloak and Dagger, I may not have been the audience for this.
Well, I'm right there with you. This isn't going to make the top half for the year. It's not. I really don't think I'm going to revisit anything off this album. I really did enjoy Scatter the Rats. I think that was probably another bright spot off this album. That particular song, that last song we listened to, was grungy and crunchy and all those fun grunge adjectives that are out there.
Very granola.
Yes. Yep. And I enjoyed that. Cool About Easy was, take it or leave it. But either way, there's not enough on this album that makes me go, oh shit, L7, what have I been missing?
Yeah. I honestly, it's a dated band. And again, I really think they came back to try to take advantage of the climate we are. I joke about it constantly, but obviously there have been just decades upon hundreds of years of women being abused and taken advantage of, especially like in the workplace, and that all kind of blew up in the last couple of years where it had always been there, and people have been pissed about it, but it was like it came to kind of a flashpoint where it was like, okay, well now we're going to do something about it. Still with me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
And you combine that with the anger over, they think the wrong guy got elected president, except that he won the election, so fuck off.
And according to people we know, it's happening again, including yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm on the record. Robert and I are both on the record as saying he'll be winning re-election pretty handily. So take it or leave it. But, I just think they looked at the climate and maybe looked at their bank accounts and looked at their option and were like, yeah, now's about a good time for an L7 reunion. Like, all right, whatever. I don't know. That's the thing is, like, how do you, like, young kids are really not into, it's hard to find stuff like this, I think, for them, for it to be relevant. I think if they're looking for, like, angry women that are yelling about current circumstances, they'd find other stuff than this.
Yeah. I mean, think of a cartoon from the 90s, or just one of your favorite comedies from the 90s. The thing is, here lately, there's been a resurgence in nostalgia. So maybe that's the angle they were going for.
Maybe. But, I mean, nostalgia is pretty broad.
Did you say broad? You fucking... Can you not stop yourself tonight?
Nostalgia is pretty vagina.
I don't know, but yeah, this isn't for me. This isn't for you.
But it used to be like I used to really dig L7. I just think it's very their sound is extremely dated, and they didn't do any like. Sometimes I think you can have a dated sound, but you do something interesting with it. You have a new take. You have something to say. You have a voice. All of those things are absent from this album.
Yeah, and we also got to take into account. I mean, 20 years have passed.
Right.
So they're in their 50s. They probably have less piss and vinegar than they did back then.
Just doing check this out. Danita Sparks is fucking 56 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. How old is Jennifer Finch? Jennifer Finch is 52. Maybe figure out something else to do with your life.
I'm not going to give them a hard time for wanting to come back and go on tour and get the band back together.
Jesus Christ, Susie Gardner is 58 years old.
I mean...
And again, like, I love my in-laws as far as this podcast goes. But I wouldn't want to see, like, my in-laws fucking... putting together like a punk rock band complaining about the things that bother them. Like, well, first of all, again, it would just be, lyrics taken directly from the show on Fox called The Five. Like, I don't care. It's not relevant to me. It's not relevant to anyone that would want to listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think if you're like, oh, well, we're still, like, we never got over the 90s. Like, we're still angry about the shit that was going on back then, and it's just gotten worse, and so that's informing their point of view. It's like, you still
There's
just
nothing
sound like a bunch of...
angry here, though.
Well,
there's nothing angry. That's the thing.
Well, you said that before, like OTAP, yeah, she's pissed. She sounds it.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we made fun of that album for it being stupid, at least I was sympathetic to her point of view. I was sympathetic to her voice. This, again, just sounds like Sleeping Beauty woke up from a 20-year nap and was like, oh, we pretend we're dead and we're back now.
I didn't know it was literal. Holy shit.
It's not getting any better than that. Plugs, everybody.
Yeah, let's just call it a night. All right, go for it, sir.
We pretended that we're dead. I hope somebody was drinking when I said that, and it came out their nose. All right, speaking of drinking and it coming out your nose, tomorrow on Trial, myself and Sean Comer will prosecute and defend in that order the follow-up to Pulp Fiction from Quentin Tarantino, the often divisive Jackie Brown. It's one of my babies. I love Jackie Brown. Love Jackie Brown. But because I've defended a lot lately, the last couple of on trials, I'm going to prosecute this one. I'm going to kill one of my babies because I can.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. That's sad.
Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Myself, Robert Winfrey, and Alexis Hana reviewed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What's your take on Quentin Tarantino? You dig him? You know who he is?
Oh, yeah. I know Quentin Tarantino. I know some super fans that are part of this network, and I haven't watched everything he's done, but I'll never forget watching Reservoir Dogs for the first time in the dorm room at college and experiencing that movie and just watching everything that happened and how, I mean, it was a masterpiece in my opinion. I had a great time watching Reservoir Dogs. So then I looked for more stuff. I think Pulp Fiction released.
Fucks her so hard. It's like the first time. It's like she's a virgin all over again.
Open my eyes, Mark Rattler.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is the fucking shit, dude. It's one of my
really,
favorites.
yeah, that's up there. Pulp Fiction's great. Four Rooms was well, he was just one of the directors in
He
that.
was one of them, yeah.
One of them, yeah.
I don't really count that as a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah, you can't.
Anyway, speaking of Alexis Hana, Robert Winfrey, myself, Jesse Starcher, and we went back to the underground bunker where we found Ronnie Adams playing D&D online for some odd reason, and we did DC Hanna-Barbera 3. So go ahead and check that out. If you thought we laughed a lot tonight, you should have seen that podcast. You
Lots
also
of fun.
should hear it because it's a fucking podcast and there were no visuals. Tomorrow, I've had a lot of time in my hiatus in my cancer treatment to watch a lot of retro TV. I just finished up the FX single season boxing drama Lights Out. So me and Pat are going to talk about it tomorrow. That'll drop sometime in the afternoon. You can check that out. Saturday is the night for fights. Jesse Starcher. I don't know if you know that or not.
That's what I heard.
What the hell? Sorry, I got confused by something. Anyway, we're trying out somebody new here on the Rattlevision Broadcasting Network. We're going to bring a new someone for boxing analysis on a live commentary for Kaneki from Greece. Kaunaki versus Ariola. That's going to be live on Fox. Normally I do that with Pat Mullen and Robert Winfrey. Robert Winfrey may or may not be available, but we're going to try somebody new. I reached out into the podcast world and somebody took the bait. So I'm going to try him out, see how he does.
Spectacular. All
See
right.
if we have somebody new in the Rattlevision Broadcasting family.
It'll probably be the most well-behaved podcast you've been on for at least 10 years.
At least. Myself, Jesse Starcher, and the one and only Evan Bevins.
That's right.
We talked Patsy Walker, a.k.a. Hellcat. I'm hooked on a feline. Bow, 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 meow. That's going to be August 5th. August 6th is a review of Hobbs and Shaw. When we come back here in the Metal Hammer of Doom, grab your battleship chain. Jesse Starcher, that's day 30 for me, by the way.
Hey, zero day, 30 plus 30. What was it called?
It's day plus 30.
Day plus 30. There we go.
That's right. My doctor-imposed house arrest is finally over. So I am going to be fucking out of my mind August 7th. I'm going to be I don't even care if I have cancer still. I'm going to be still doing cartwheels. I can be alone again. Woohoo! Speaking of alone, myself and Sean Comer will be reviewing Orange is the New Black. It made me cry a lot on August 8th. I will be watching the Ring of Honor Summer Supercard, and apparently nobody else on Earth will be on August 9th. Maybe there'll be a review. Maybe I'll just go fuck myself. Who knows? Speaking of go fucking himself, we're going to do some more boxing analysis. This time Pat will be back for Carl Frampton. He's going to come alive versus Emmanuel Dominguez on ESPN+. Get it? Frampton Comes Alive?
Yeah, that's a good album.
Right. Good. Glad you're with me. Um, speaking of with me, the kids go back to school August 12th, which leaves me and Jesse home alone to do a split 7-inch source material. Damn you, Hollywood of the kitchen. We're going to compare the book to the movie. How about that?
Yeah, I'm going to go watch a movie for the first time in a long time.
Yes, by yourself with no pants on.
No, I'm taking my wife. She likes Melissa McCarthy, so she'll be enjoying herself watching it. I'll have no pants on in the theater. It's going to be amazing.
Terrific.
What theater do you go to, sir?
August 13th, we've got a double shot. We've got Damn You Hollywood with the horror ghouls. Robert Winfrey, Alexis Hannah, and Jason Teasley, The Prodigal. That's P-R-O-D, not P-R-O-T, because I'm a fucking idiot.
The Protocol Son.
The Protocol Son, Jason Teasley. They're going to review
EMT.
They're going to review Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, because apparently that was a popular book once upon a time. Meanwhile, the four Podsmen, including Jesse Starcher, are going to review SummerSlam. How about that?
I can't wait.
We're back here on the 14th. One of the four Podsmen will be joining us, good old TMC, for Slipknot. We are not your kind, baby.
They have new masks. Get ready.
Sean is back for a third week in a row. We'll be reviewing Glow Season 3.
It's a good one.
And then, Jesse, what the fuck is a Superblog team-up?
Superblog team up, ladies and gentlemen. Great team up between a lot of content providers, blogs, podcasts. I think that runs the gamut. Blogs and podcasts, boats and hoes. So yeah, you can check out the Superblog team up, which this quarter, month, whatever, this theme is called Immortal. So we're going to be trying to find a topic that fits with the word immortal. Now, Mark, what the hell did you come up with? What was it again?
We're going to watch Jupiter Ascending, even though we're not girls or trans people. But they've claimed it as their own sci-fi, and we need to know why.
Open the fucking door. We're coming in.
We're getting all our toxic masculinity all over you.
Yeah, that ought to be fun. That ought to be a lot. And we have yet to figure out what we're going to do on source material for the Superblog team up. There has been rumor that we are going to possibly do a 6-man. I don't know where the 6 men come in, but I do know at least 4 of them that will be on it. But we'll be doing a Superblog team up episode. I don't know if it's going to be an extra on top of the source material that we're doing.
Yeah, when the fuck do you plan on recording this?
That's a good question, Mark. I have no idea. It's going to be sometime in August, before August 28th, and we're trying, at least as far as we know, we're going to be bringing in one Peter Rios from, if you guys know, Comic Geek Speak podcast. He is one of the founders of that podcast, I believe, and the knowledge he will bring, boy, if we can get him and Sheehan on a podcast, I mean, I'm not going to have to say anything.
This Peter Rios guy, is this someone I'm going to have to behave? Because you might just want to leave me out of it then.
You could do it, sir. You could behave. It's possible. You can do it. But yeah, anyway, we're going to do something Superblog team up, and I really want to do vampires just because you shat all over that idea. So I think source material podcast. We're gonna each pick a vampire comic book character, and we're going to talk about it.
I call Elsa Bloodstone.
Elsa, is she a vampire?
I think she's like a monster hunter.
Oh, the question was, is she a vampire?
You're a vampire.
All right. What other plugs do we have?
David Wright and myself are finally going to get to Lost in Space Season 1 on a special Saturday. A special Saturday episode of TV Parts of the Night. We're going to talk Lost in Space and shit on the floor. That's what the plan there is.
Oh. Wow.
Then we got a whole week dedicated to Swamp Thing, baby dolls. Saga of the Swamp Thing, Alan Moore, Book 1. Jesse and I will discuss the DC Universe Swamp Thing that's already been canceled. We're coming right back here for some Thayot is Moida. It's Moida.
Hey, did you know Clue is on Amazon Prime right now?
Is it really?
Yep, and the only reason I brought that up is because, well, just because.
I am your singing telegram. Bang.
There you go. There you go.
And then for a fourth week in a row, he can't be stopped. Sean Comer will be doing an on trial for Swamp Thing from 1982. How about that?
Adrian Barbubi.
That's right. Adrian Barr stabbed in the booby.
Make sure you say that on there with John.
Just recently written into the calendar, myself, Jesse Starcher, and Al fucking Dano.
Right. Welcome back, Al.
We are going to talk Good Omens from Amazon Prime. Good Omens.
Oh, great David Tennant acting. Spectacular.
Sunday. Chris Bailey. We will be doing a Screaming Boy podcast with myself, Ronnie Adams, and Alexis Hano. We're going to talk all the drops from D23. D23, everybody. The Disney convention where they're going to market you Disney Plus and everything associated with it.
You had no idea Mighty Ducks had that many sequels.
No.
Bad joke.
Finally, Chris Bailey. We got DC first, Superman Lobo, Krypton Season 2, Rage of Light Imploder, and Thursday, August 29th, in the middle of the day, you're going to get a special daytime edition of TV Party Tonight. Alexis Hana and I are going to be discussing the Banana Splits movie that'll be airing on the Sci-Fi Network.
I can't wait to hear about that. If it's too over the top scary, I might not let Colton watch it, but he is a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, so he's 5 years old and enjoys them jump scares.
And then finally, August 31st.
You said that last time.
finally, August 31st. As soon as NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff ends, Pat and I are going to do a review of it, and then we'll free you up to go see AEW Zip 'em all the way out.
Just added to the card. The title's changed, ladies and gentlemen. All right,
all
is that
the way
it?
out, Jesse. I'm
all the way out. All in, all out. So here we go.
Are
Mark
you
Radlich.
in? Are you out? Are you in? Are you out? No relation. Get up, get out. No relation.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, go give the Radulich in Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. Hey, look for our first official episode of Unspoken Issues. Should be dropping, I would imagine, sometime next week. Me and Chris Armstrong talking about some great 90s comics, helping with some content for the UnspokenDecade.com. Our first episode is going to be centered around the first issue of Prototype. Came out from Malibu Comics. We had a fun discussion. So, watch for that. You've already seen our zero issue pop up in the feed there, probably last week sometime. Other than that, I think I'm ready to get out of here. I'm going to fall asleep.
Okay, real quick, folks, check us out on Podcoin. I mean, for God's sakes, if you're going to listen to us, you should be paid, right?
Ugh. You should be paid, trust me.
You should be paid handsomely. So subscribe to the network on Podcoin. Listen to at least 10 minutes of the show, then delete it as fast as you can. You get credit for that shit.
Yep. There you go. That's perfect.
You can save those credits, ladies and gentlemen. You can buy yourself a fat gift card.
Fat ass.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I don't have a lot of deets just yet, like the kids say on the Twitter.
Yeah.
But Radulich and Broadcasting Network might be going to Patreon.
Ooh,
we
man.
might be providing you some exclusive content, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to say what it is. Haven't even begun to figure this whole Patreon thing out because I'm fucking 80 years old.
You should stay off the internet, sir.
I really should. I wish I had money to hire a full-time internet social media manager because then I could not do any of this shit.
I hear you.
Just wheel me over to a microphone once a day. so I can yell at hashtags.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, it was told to me by someone very special to us that someone might actually pay for this hot garbage. So we're going to figure out Patreon, and we're going to figure out some exclusive content to give all you wonderful people who might want to pay for it. So look for that sometime in the near future. All right?
All right. Yeah, let's get out of here, Mark.
Let's get the fuck out of here, Jesse. The fuck out of Oh, my God, this was almost 2 hours. Fuck me. Good night. Be well. Be well, be safe, and for the love of God, behave.
It's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you at practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.